morning, everybody. My name is Karla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross-stitch and crochet, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. So today is FlossTube number 276. It is Sunday, March 23rd. I want to say welcome. If this is your first time finding my channel, thank you so much for coming by. Hope you like what you see. You want to hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Delilah. She will probably be running in and out of the video. Sometimes you'll see her flying across the room over there. Sometimes she jumps in here. She is my 7-month-old, almost 8-month-old. I'm not showing that yet. A 7-month-old, almost 8-month-old kitten. After I lost my companion of, how old was he? 14 years, Bagheera, who was a staple on my channel. I couldn't stand not having somebody in my room with me at night. So Delilah was adopted. Man, she is a little joy. I still miss Baggy like crazy, but yeah, she's a pretty cute girl. She wants to bite my hand. Stop. Okay, so welcome. If this is not your first time finding my channel, then as you know, I am so thrilled to have you here, have you comment, have you part of my life and my stitchy journey. So I missed my video last week, which is not very usual for me. Okay, my notes are now covered by cat feet. Yeah, so I was all set to do a video last Sunday. I got up, I was running around doing my stuff, and sat down to put some makeup on before doing my video, and all of a sudden felt just awful. I had the symptoms that tell me that I'm having a low blood sugar incident. I do have type 2 diabetes, which is pretty well managed most of the time, but it's just one of those unpredictable things. Occasionally your body just does something weird, and I could tell I was having a low blood sugar incident. I took my blood sugar, used my finger stick thing, and it was so low that honestly I questioned whether or not the meter was cracked, because I don't know how it could be that low without me passing out. But I definitely felt very, very horrible. And I immediately ate my glucose tabs like I'm supposed to. I went and I got a protein shake, which I keep in the fridge, and gulp that down. And I was really low because it took quite a while to bring my blood sugars back up to a normal level, which normally if I eat the glucose tabs, it's like within 15 minutes, I'm fine. But I did get it back up normal, no problem, but it was so low, it really kind of knocked me out for the rest of the day. I just didn't feel well. When that happens, kind of all I want to do is sleep after the incident. So I did rest a lot that day, and by 4 o'clock I was feeling pretty normal, colored my hair, did normal stuff, but I just was not up for doing a video. So I apologize for missing. I don't like to do that. I like to do a weekly video, and I suffer from it because I don't get your comments, and it's something that I look forward to kind of checking each day, and I didn't get to do that because there was no video. But I'm fine. So all the people that did comment on my community post, where I let you know that I was not feeling well, thank you so much for all of your well wishes. I really wasn't sick. It didn't last, longer than an hour or so, but it just wiped me out. I did do an extra video during the week, I think Wednesday night, because I started getting a new subscription box for some cat products, and I figured I'd do unboxings of them for as long as I decide to keep getting this box. So I did a little unboxing with Delilah. She was somewhat cooperative, and so you guys who watched the video got to see her getting some new toys and treats. Other than not feeling well last week, on Sunday, the rest of the week was fine. It was very busy at work again, but we did get a break on Thursday. We had an unexpected day off, which was fantastic because, I mean, it wasn't like unexpected, like having right away. We knew at the beginning of the week, but we got a notification at the beginning of the week, I think that, either at the beginning of the week or the end of last week or the week before, I don't know. But anyway, they had to shut off all water to the building because the city had to come out and do some kind of backflow pipe thingy. And so there was going to be no water in the building, meaning no plumbing, meaning no toilets. And my coworker and I told our boss, it's like, we're not coming in if we can't go to the bathroom all day. So so we were closed for the day, which was nice. So I had an unexpected or an extra day off, slept in, took Delilah to the vet. Not really, I didn't really have to take her to the vet. I just had to pick up some flea medicine for her, but they said to bring her in just so they could weigh her. She weighs over 9 pounds now, so she's growing like a weed. When I first adopted her in December, she was just around 6, so she's gained like half of her body weight in these intervening months, which she's a kitten, so of course that's what you expect. I think she's getting pretty close to her full adult weight now. But yeah, so it was nice. I had that day off on Thursday, you know, then I had to go back to work Friday and then, you know, weekend. So it was nice to have the extra day off. I have been needing it because it's just been so busy at work that it's just mentally like taxing, you know? So because I missed last week, I didn't get to say happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you guys had fun if you did anything. My whole St. Patrick's Day celebration was basically wearing shamrocks on my fingers, and I have a shamrock t-shirt that I wore on Monday, and we did make corned beef and cabbage for dinner on Sunday night. I purchased it, Lorraine put together. I'm glad that she had planned on cooking it because since I wasn't feeling well, it probably wouldn't have gotten done on Sunday. But we just did it in the Instant Pot, and man, corned beef is expensive. That chunk of meat, which only lasted like really a couple meals, was $30. Yeah, for what, 2.5 pounds or something, I think. And actually I got it on sale. So yeah, that was expensive. It's not something to do all the time, that's for sure. So Lauren was going to check and see this week if there's any of them that are on sale so we can put one in the freezer or something. But oof, it was very, very, very tasty. It was expensive though. Okay, so the other thing that I kind of missed that I was going to talk about last week was I passed not my FlossTube anniversary, that's in June, but really the anniversary of me starting stitching. I started stitching in March of 2019, so I've been cross-stitching for 6 years now. And so I watched my first video again, just kind of in preparation to talk to you guys about it. I thought it was kind of interesting. I wanted to see like what my projects were and have I finished all of them. And actually there's 2 that I still haven't finished, which is fine. I'm not in any kind of race with anybody, but it was interesting watching my first video again and showing my projects and just how excited I was about this new new to me craft. And I'm talking about my mom, and she was such a part of the beginning of my journey of cross stitching and everything, and it was really interesting to watch. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that. But so I've been stitching for 6 years now, doing the cross stitch, and from cross stitch I added counted canvas, and I've done some embroidery, and I've done some black work, and I've done a little bit of everything now with the needles, and I'm enjoying it all, so that's good. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, interesting thing. So I think I told you last time I was on about how I was having some like finger pain and stuff from, I think, just overuse. Well, the last couple days I think it's just osteoarthritis, which I have osteoarthritis. It definitely runs in my family. My mom actually had to have surgery in her neck because she had arthritis so bad. She had stuff that deteriorated, like her rotator cuffs in her shoulders deteriorated so bad they were pretty much like gone. So that does definitely run in my family. I know I have really bad knees. I've talked about that. But occasionally I'll get like arthritis, like, I don't know, flare-ups in my hands and fingers and stuff. And this finger has been a pain, literally. Yesterday I woke up and it was just like so stiff and sore, and it was like both knuckles were hurting, you know, in addition to this weird soreness here. But what was interesting is I put some Salon Pass strips on, and I decided not to stitch, I decided to crochet. And so I was crocheting, which I'll show you in a minute. I was crocheting on my triangle blanket, and actually it really helped. I was really surprised. I mean, when I first started, yeah, it was stiff, it was painful, I was kind of like working through the paint, but after crocheting for a while, it loosened it up. And then this morning it was stiff again. I kind of slept with some, you know, Salon Pass, which is like kind of, they smell like wintergreen, the little stickers almost, you know, tape, medicated tape. So I had that on overnight, and then I got up, I took a shower this morning, and it was hurting when I went in the shower, and it was pretty much not hurting when I came out. So I guess the hot water helped too. So right now it feels a little bit stiff, but it's not super painful. But I guess that's just something, I'm having a little bit of a flare up in this finger of arthritis. So I don't know if you guys have any tips and tricks as far as hand exercises and stuff. I'm not going to stop doing the craft stuff that I do. So I think overall it's good for hand health, but I know I was trying really hard yesterday to not overdo and to like take breaks, but you know, you get into it and you want to just keep going. I mean, I know that's how it is for me with stitching and crochet. It's really hard for me to do it moderately. So anyway, so on to showing you my stuff, talking about crochet. So I worked on my baskets, not this past week, but the week before. But you know, I don't know actually how much I've shown you. So this is the one that I'm working on, the rainbow one, and I don't think there's any progress on this since the last time you saw it. Because the last time I worked on baskets, I worked on the red one. So I know there's progress on this one. So this is the one that's going to be for Lorraine. I don't know, can you guys see that little bit of sparkle in there? Which I'm just enjoying adding a little sparkle to the baskets. I think it just kind of adds something. I did give the basket to my friend, which I don't think I told you, but she loves it. She put all of her lotions and potions for her face and body in it, which I think is good because these are washable. Where I don't know if I'd like send them through like the washing machine, but they definitely can be washed because it's just acrylic, well, different kinds of yarns, but the yarns are all washable. So okay, so that was my baskets, which I, again, didn't work on last week, but, and I don't know, you know, the baskets are a little bit harder on my hands, so I have to be careful with those. But yesterday, I was obsessed with my triangle blanket, and I think that I want to work on it again today. Maybe, I don't know if I can get it finished. So I was working on my 4th triangle of the 6th, and I got to almost the end and I was way off of my counting, because you get to a certain point where you're down at the point of the triangle and it should be like 9 stitches, and I was like 20 stitches. So I ripped out 2/3 of that triangle. I couldn't really figure out what I had done wrong. I think basically you put in so many stitches and then you're doing the pattern and you're decreasing. The pattern is kind of like a four row repeat. And you're decreasing on 3 of those 4 rows. So every 4 rows, you're decreasing by what, 6 stitches. And I think that I got off, or I do get off and this is what they say about every crochet project, right? If your crochet project is starting to either go in or go out, or it gets to be a funky shape, it's you're doing something wrong at the edges. And I'm sure that's where my problem was, is I was either not going far enough, or I was, you know, adding stitches on the ends. I don't know, but I pulled it down to where I was not too far off, and then I started back into my pattern, and I did extra decreases to kind of get myself correct. So I finished that 4th triangle last night, and I started the 5th triangle, and where am I? So this is the fifth one. You can tell, the one with all the things hanging off of it. And so that's the 5th. This is the 4th that I fixed. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really show you the whole thing, because it's like six triangles, right? That you do all together, and then when you finish the 6th one, then you sew them together and then put a border. So I am definitely, I can finish the 5th night, start the 6th. Maybe I'll get that 6th one done and I can start the border. I'm kind of excited to do it. So, and this is all done with Lion Brand Homespun, which is, I don't know exactly how to describe yarns, but it's what I would say it's a roving yarn that's then wrapped with a thread. So it is very like hairy and okay, so it's homespun. It comes in some pretty colors. I started this blanket because I had all this homespun that I bought when I was when I made my mermaid, which Lorraine took. She was in my room and she saw my mermaid. She's like, oh my God, I love it. And I'm like, oh, well, if you want to take it in your room or whatever. So she has it on display out in our living room, my crocheted mermaid. But when I did that one, I was all excited about using this homespun for the hair. So I bought a bunch of it. And so it's sitting there and I'm like, I need to do something with all that homespun. So I found this blanket pattern. Of course, the pattern was meant for like one color and I can't do it that way. I have to be fancy. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So let's see, this is 98% acrylic, 2% other fiber. It's a bulky 5. You're supposed to use a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. Machine washable and dryable, which is good because it's going to be a blanket, so I'll be able to wash it, and made in Turkey. Anyway, so that's what I'm using. But I'm really enjoying this pattern, and I'm thinking if I come across some more homespun on sale or something, then I might want to make like another colorway, maybe with 2 colors and do, you know, full triangles in 2 different colors. I don't know. But I think it's kind of pretty. The pattern is very easy once you get into it. It's all half double crochets, basically. Like the only, it's half double crochets. The like first row, you just do half double crochets. The second row, you do half double crochets in the back loop only. The third row of the pattern, you skip every other stitch and do a half double crochet and chain, and that makes like the holes. And then the 4th row, you're doing half double crochet in the back loop again. But you have to do it like in the holes, and I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, so it's a pretty easy pattern, and then you decrease on the edges to make your triangles. And then you just pick up stitches on the side, and yeah. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it, and it's not gonna be a big blanket. It's kind of like a little lappy blanket, but I've noticed when I take little naps on the weekend, it's like I don't want to get under my covers. I don't know. Naps for me are like on top of the covers, but I want something, and I don't really have anything. I've been kind of like curling up in my little pashmina that I made, and it's not quite big enough. So this will be nice to have on my bed for nappy time. So yeah, I'm really actually excited about this, and I'm getting close to finish. So I want to push through and do that. Okay. And for those of you that are wondering about crocheting with a kitten, I would say she's 80% good. Most of the time she ignores it, but then there are the moments, especially like last night I was crocheting in bed and she got snuggly with me and she was trying to bite the yarn that was going near her, and she was being a pain last night. But most of the time she's pretty good about it. She doesn't care about the yarn when it's just sitting there, but when I'm crocheting and it's like moving, that's when she gets a little bit overly excited about it. Excuse me. Excuse me, miss, don't do that. Okay. On to the whips. I have worked on 5 whips over the last 2 weeks. Mostly only 5 because I have been obsessed with the Little Mermaid, so I'll show you that one at the end. I worked on that one like 4 or 5 times. I'm obsessed with the using the silks and stuff. So, but I did work on 4 other patterns. The first one being Ella, the Frog Princess, which, as I've said, I am truncating so that I'm not going to do the big skirt. Okay, so we know her top is done except for the arms, so I'm working on the bottom part here to finish it out. And this row of flowers is naturally in the pattern, but I'm adding more flowers right here, and then I just need to finish this part. So yeah, so I'm really pretty positive that this is gonna get done this year, which will be exciting. And I really felt rejuvenated on this once I decided to kind of cut it down. So, yeah. It's going to be really pretty. I mean, it's a pretty pattern anyway. I just made some choices on this when I first started because I started it so early into my stitching journey. And I just didn't make wise choices as to... I didn't make wise choices that would keep it enjoyable for me because I didn't know at that point. And so it became a bit of a slog. And when I decided to cut it down and not have to worry about that huge skirt of colors that are not fun for me to stitch on, and it's not a fabric that I really love either. So deciding to cut it down really rejuvenated my love of the pattern. Okay, I worked a little bit on Demosha or Damosha from Nimue. I love the way this pattern looks. I will be honest, it is a bit of a difficult or challenging pattern. It just has a lot of teeny stitches that they expect to be teeny. They're already teeny, and so it's not like I'm choosing to make them teeny. That's how it is in the pattern. And so it is a little bit challenging. Not doable, just challenging. So not very far. But I mean, just, yeah, they do weird little partial stitches and just the way they want you to do it. but it's gonna be really pretty when it's done. I do like this fabric that I chose to put it on. I think it's gonna be really pretty. This is Kelpie by Undersea Fabrics, and it's a 32 count opal Lugana linen. Opal Lugana, not linen. But it's got a little bit of green in it. You know, it's mostly like blue, but it's got a little bit of green. It's really pretty. Okay, this is covered in cat hair, Aggie hair. Yeah, this is in a felt envelope bag, and man, this needs a roller. Okay, so this is my Sweet Pea Fairy, which is my John Elliott. I love this chart, so pretty, and I just love her. Okay, this is on a hand-dyed by Rolanda fabric, opal Lugana 32 count as well. I did up in this wing is where I was working. And I am doing her skin on this one is 2/1 tent. So, very beautiful. This is Zinnia, my current Bewitching Pixie that I am supposed to be focusing on a finish this month. I don't know that I'm going to get it finished because I've been so focused on this other project, but I'm getting close. And it's on this kind of moon gate fabric. So I finished this whole swoop of the dress and then brought up the skirt a bit. So I am getting there. And then last is my Lina Ova. I guess it's just called Mermaid on here. I call it Little Mermaid because obviously it's Little Mermaid. So I started doing this because I got a gift of some Bestitch Me, silk from my friend Dawn at the holidays, and I thought, oh, let me do some kind of monochromatic project to use that silk because it's so pretty. It was sitting here and I'm like kept looking at it. So I went looking for something monochromatic. I've seen a lot of people doing Lina Ova patterns lately, and so I looked and I really like this one, but honestly I like that section. You know, I could take or leave a ship, and the octopus I'm not that big on. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing this half of the pattern. I decided to go ahead and leave the words in too because I thought it looked kind of good. So, and I'm bringing the border over, which might create some need for fudging over here, but I don't think it'll be a problem. But then looking at the pattern, I realized that although I had a big, like 8 or 20 yards or something. Anyway, I had a big hunk of the silk. I didn't have necessarily enough to do the whole thing, so I went to my silk bag and I pulled out a bunch of different silks. So it's technically, I guess, not monochromatic, but I pulled out these silks, and I'm just enjoying working with the silk so much. It's just, I just really am. It's just, okay, and I was just about to say, it's so silky. Okay, it's silk, duh. It's just fun to work with. And I found a piece of fabric that this is from Dying for CrossStitch, I believe. I took the tag off. Come on. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it's Dying for CrossStitch, and it's just called Multicolor. But when I pulled all the silks and looked at it against this fabric, it just looked kind of like just funky ocean to me, so it just really worked. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying this project. So that's where I am, and yeah, I just am loving it. I think it's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be kind of almost, I don't know if subtle's the right word, but that I realized like the silk kind of, it doesn't blend into the fabric, but it just melts really well with it all. And this color is hard to see on the camera, but in person, it's a very light purple, but it is variegated. It kind of disappears in the camera, but it is viewable in real life very well. I decided kind of like there's little starbursty things that I'm gonna do in this sort of pink, and then some fish, which I'm doing in that sort of goldy green color. I don't know, I'm really liking it. So I'm using the Evil Queen for the majority of the center, but yeah, I'm just really, really enjoying this. So, you know, I decided to just go with what I feel like doing. And I realized like I am sort of neglecting a lot of my fancy lady projects that are supposed to get worked on this month. They're not going to. It is what it is, and I'm stitching what I feel like stitching, kind of thing, you know. And if stuff doesn't get touched, it's not because I don't love it, it's because this is my focus right now. So that is kind of fine with me. So yeah, I haven't worked on my Bellatrix yet, which I'm supposed to. I haven't worked on my Phoenix Queen, which I'm supposed to. Excuse me. I haven't worked on the Wind Moon Fairy. I haven't worked on Pinky and Blue Boy. So, or Florentina. Those are all supposed to have been worked on this week, and I'm this month, and I only have a week left, and I don't think I'm going to get to them because I think I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to be crocheting. I'm going to be trying to get zinnia done. Those are like the 3 things that are more on the top of my list, and everything else is just going to come in if I feel like it. So it is what it is, you know. I have many projects to work on, many projects to finish, and I'm just kind of taking myself where my heart wants me to go. And you know, I am doing my theme thing. I like doing that, and it does kind of help me focus a little bit. But my theme next month is my friends and family projects, which I will pull out, and I'll probably put a lot of the fancy ladies away. But I don't think I'm gonna put the Little Mermaid away because I'm obsessed with it. I may not put Zinnia away either because I want to get her done, and I think I can. She's pretty easy to stitch on too because she's just 14 count Aida and very easy block coloring or block stitching. So I'm going to pull out the friends and family projects, which includes the Star Trek for my brother, the bird project that I'm starting for my friend Tracy, that definitely is going to get worked on. And then I have other projects that are in honor of people like my dad and my mom and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, I'm feeling less, I don't know if obligated is the right word, but, okay, this thing is poking me. I keep putting my hand on there. I have this little, cup. What is this called? I keep wanting to say trivet. It's not trivet. It's like a cup thing. Anyway, these little whiskers are poking me in my arm. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out all of my April friends and family projects and put away all of the March fancy ladies that I didn't work on. But that's okay. So yeah, okay, so the only other things I have to show you is haul, which I don't have any specifically cross stitch or crochet haul to show you, but I do have some decor haul to show you. I know it's not that obvious in my videos, but behind me I have this little milk jug thing, which has some plants, flowers, whatever in it that I have been switching out for the seasons. Just a little switch that has made me feel happy. So I told you guys when I went to Joann's a couple weeks ago, I got these little green shamrock glittery things. Let's see if I can take one out without messing everything up. Yeah, I got these for March, but when March is over in a week, I'm going to take these out and maybe some of the other stuff, because I have these silver stars and everything, which are more for like the holidays. So it's time to put some new things in there and put these in the closet in a bag for next year. So I was in I need stuff for my one seasonal thing mode. So I ordered 3 things. This was on sale because I guess it was regular price at Valentine's, and which I missed changing out into decor for Valentine's. So this is like 4, no, there's like 6 sticks of this, I think 6. And I got it for like $7 on Amazon. So how cute are these? And I'm gonna use these for spring too, because, you know, pink for spring. I don't care that it's hearts. I mean, I like hearts regardless of whether it's Valentine's or not. So I have that, 6 of those, which, okay, Miss Delilah, she just jumped up and she wants to be in these boxes, but no. So I got that. And then I got these, which are plastic, but some of them have these like daisy things on them and some of them don't. Oh. Yeah. So I got these like purpley. You see that paw? Oh, pretty, pretty. So I got those, which very spring, summer. And then the last thing I got, which screams like summer to me, and you can see I didn't even take them out of the thing. I just shoved them aside because I wasn't ready to use them yet. So I have like a little decor bag in my closet, which is basically for that milk thing, milk can, to change out the stuff. And, you know, I have my pumpkin sticks in there. It had the velvet pumpkins. Most of my stuff is fall. It's like pumpkins and sorry. This is fun to watch, right? I'm struggling with this plastic. Anyway. Okay, there. I got some branches with lemons because I like lemons and I like the way they look. They're just plastic or that foam stuff. But anyway, I mean, they're not spread out now, so they just kind of look like a clump, but I will make them look pretty. I don't think I'm gonna put these up yet until like summer. I was thinking about trying to get red, white, and blue for July, but I'm not that into that, so I might for July put the like stars back in, maybe with lemons. I don't know. But anyway, so that's like my little decor that I got. Makes me happy to have things I can switch out. So yeah, so I will be taking the shamrocks out and redoing my can for spring. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna do like the pink and lavender maybe for April, May, and then maybe I'll put the lemons in June or something like that for June, July, August. And then when we get into September, I can start putting the pumpkins back in. No, these are not for you, miss. Not for you. Okay. So then the only other thing that I wanted to ask you guys is I need advice, whatever. Let me know what is going on with you guys. So I have a subscription to Just CrossStitch magazine, and it's supposed to go through this year and then I'll renew. But my issue is since I moved, and I mean, I changed my address at the post office. I also changed my address on the website for the magazine. Since I moved, I have not gotten a magazine. I contacted them towards the end of last year to let them know that I didn't get like the Christmas ornament issue, which for me is not that big deal. I'm going to end up giving it away anyway, but, and I didn't get the winter. So, and I think I got in the fall, but I didn't think I got the Halloween. Anyway, they sent me the magazines that I said I didn't get. That was no problem. So I got the winter, but I had to request it. Well, I've seen like so many people do like a flip through of the spring magazine already, and I haven't gotten it yet. So is it like way past the time that I should have gotten it and I need to contact them, or should I be patient for another while because people are still getting them? So if you have a subscription to Just CrossStitch magazine, have you gotten your spring issue yet? Or are you still waiting for it? If you're still waiting for it, then it's normal that I'm still waiting for it, right? But if everybody else has gotten theirs already and got it like a month and a half ago, I should have gotten mine, and I need to contact them and say what the heck's going on because I haven't gotten my magazine. So please let me know if you have a subscription to that magazine. Is there a problem, or am I just jumping the gun here? So I think that is about it. I can't believe she was being so good while I was sitting there talking. Oh. 9 pounds. 9 pounds of kitten here. I don't know. Did I tell you guys that Lorraine's daughter used to raise Bengal cats, and she said she thinks that Delilah has a touch of Bengal in her, which she's special, right? Of course she's special. She's my kitty. She has extremely soft fur, which is a trait of Bengals, and she's right behind the camera. So if it starts shaking, it's because there's a cat hitting it. But she just has a few little traits that are like just a drop of Bengal in her. The shape of her ears, and her hind legs are a little tiny bit higher than her front, so she has that kind of shape. And then her coloring, and the way her fur feels, and she does this like prairie dog thing, which Misty said is very Bengal-like, but she is not into water. which is a Bengal trait. She's not into, like, she likes looking at her water, like her water fountain and stuff, but she doesn't splash around in it. And apparently Bengals like to splash around in water. She's not into water that way. Okay, well, enough talking about my cat, although I could, you know, discuss my cat for hours on end. But thank you guys for bearing with me missing a video, and thank you for all your well wishes. And I think that's about it. I hope you have a great week. Next week, get a lot of whatever you want to get accomplished. I hope you get it done. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla. Bye-bye.